Hello, welcome to Unscripted Tales Beyond the Hustle, the podcast where grit meets wit in the bustling streets of Indian startup ecosystem. I am Vashisht, your navigator through the laughter, the struggles, and the untold stories of those daring to disrupt. Together, we will uncover the magic behind the milestones, one unforgettable tale at a time. Joining me in this inaugural episode is a very special guest, Sourabh Goyal, entrepreneur, coach, mentor, LinkedIn creator, and above all, a cherished friend. Saurabh's journey is one of a relentless hustle. From the classrooms of mechanical engineering to making waves in sales and now steering his own startup towards uncharted success. Together, we'll explore the depth of what truly makes content resonate. Is it merely about choosing the right platform or is there something deeper? We believe it's a raw, unfiltered essence to your being that illuminates the cosmos of content.
So, Saurabh, how are you doing?
I'm good, perfectly fine. Happy Sunday going on.
That is good. So, how has your shift to Zirkpur been?
It's been good, nice tier two city. Lot of like unexpected high living expenses than Delhi NCR that I was not expecting here actually. But I think people in terms of their lifestyle and well-being, they are more concerned here, especially they are Punjabis, so they eat a lot of good fast food. So that's a nice business here.
And are you enjoying your stay there from a hustling Faridabad to a small village?
Yeah, much better, much better. Like was silent place. No rush.
That's, that's nice. That's nice. So, Saurabh, so assuming people don't know about you, but I still wanna do a small 2 minute introduction of you. So, I will take 2 minutes and tell me about. There are a lot of titles associated with you. So, you're a LinkedIn influencer, you're a coach, you're a content creator, you're an entrepreneur, you are a public speaker, you're a lot of things. So,
Hmm.
what was the first thing you started? How did you acquire all these titles?
Okay, so my life starts as a son of a Bania businessman, basically being into a community family, more of a joint community culture. So community, I think, comes from there that we had around 8 houses nearby, all chachas, taujis, and all everyone. We did a lot of community work together, especially all the Hindu festivals. There is always some community work happening in terms of langar lagana, ya food distribution, water distribution, a lot of stuff. So that's how we grew up. A lot of my cousins, almost 16, 17 of them, all of them were commerce students. But just because I wanted something different, so I chose engineering, landed into mechanical engineering because somebody said it is a evergreen field, it will never die kind of a thing. And then that's how we started with mechanical engineering. I was passionate about design and then into design segment. But then 2 years, I realized this is not what I can do for the rest of my life. And I moved into sales and marketing. Uh, Learning sales and marketing was a task to enter into a GPO. For that, I can make around 200 calls a day and somebody can teach me on my head as a team leader. So that went well for 3 to 4 months. Then went into international sales and marketing that is completely commission based, direct selling, building distribution channels for long 6 years. And then I got bored again because I thought this is again I can't do for the rest of my life. And then I took a break to understand what is happening in this entire digital economy. Although I was already online a digital nomad, but the content, community, and every function was very different. The first amazing channel I landed up was Mind Valley. So that is a combination of content, community, courses, everything. So you know the where's the influence coming from? That's Vision Literary for sure. A lot of influence. And then there are similar people like Tom Malloy of Impact Theory and the School of Greatness. All these people have a similar concept where there's a content, there's a content, there are courses, right? And I think these three C's are perfect in terms of building any new venture that is more scalable, that is simple, that is low tech. Because I was not a very high tech person in a low tech thing. So 2018, we started with courses first, build out a community according to that. And as you say, when you don't have a lot of money, you go frugal way. Our frugal way was content marketing. So that is how I entered into creating a lot of content to generate more and more leads, right? So that's how I ended up becoming a content creator. 2019, somebody told me, let's do a campaign. It was with Upgrad, and they paid me something. I'm like, why are you paying me for this? It was just a post. We said, okay, you can get paid like that also. So I understood there's something called influencer. And then a lot of like it was an accidental startup, you can say. Then a lot of brands started approaching that, okay, can you do influencer marketing for us or content marketing for us or write content for us? So that's how successful as a company started in 2021. So in all the titles that people may ask about me or tell me about being an influencer, coach, trainer, or an entrepreneur, I would say only one thing, that what I am is a problem solver. So I find problems by trying to solve them. Rest of the titles doesn't matter much. So I
That's
think that
nice. I like that you call yourself a problem solver. That's one of the first definitions of an entrepreneur, right? Someone. So I been like for you, Michelle Lekhani was a big inspiration for me. Sam Altman has been a huge inspiration, and
mm,
for Sam Altman, the first definition of an entrepreneur is someone who finds a huge problem to solve, impacts a huge audience, and grows and
right
scales very fast. Right?
makes
And
sense.
I think you're hitting a bucket on at least a couple of those things.
Right.
Right? So tell me something. Why did you start your cohort-based coaching program? Right? I've been a part of them. I know a bunch of part of them. What inspired? When did it start, and what inspired you to start training freelancers in sales and marketing?
So I think it was just before pandemic when there was a lot of people already. I'll tell you, when we started even goal setting workshops initially, it was a very low ticket product like 700 rupees, and the entire thing will happen on WhatsApp because I had no confidence to speak on camera or take live sessions or speak so well. So it was entirely like a WhatsApp course kind of a thing. I thought the students will buy it, but then soon I realized there are a lot of people coming from the corporate world in the age of 28 to 45, and they face something called a mid-age crisis. That is a corporate term proper, mid-age crisis. How it is defined is a simple thing when a person thinks they have already hit a saturation point in their career. Now they are not growing ahead, their salary is not growing, but the expenses are growing as per life, right? So when you are a person in the age of 30 to 35, your kids are growing, your parents are getting old. So one side education expenses are growing, another side medical expenses are growing. A lot of these people came to the cohort and they said, okay, we want to set up new goals, do something better. So that was a time where I was just helping them set bigger and better goals, but there was no solution of how they will achieve it. Right. So I used to like, it was like, arousing someone and leaving them like that, not satisfying them.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's where I think in 2019 and one or two people I started, okay, let me share some tips with you how you can do freelance or better at sales and marketing, because at the end, freelancing has only one problem. People don't know how to sell their skills or how to network better. That is a major problem. Portfolio banana, website banana, everything can be done today. But at the end, selling you have to do yourself. Right. So that was a major challenge. And one or two of such people created good results. Then I read an article. This is an Indian article that said 74% of highly skilled Indian women leave their jobs after the experience of 12 to 15 years because corporate culture doesn't have a flexibility for them. Now, these are the women who want to manage their families, who are having kids, teenage kids, right? They want to time to the kids also, and especially the girls. If they are teenage, they need their mothers a lot for sure that time. And nobody forces these women; they volunteer to leave the jobs and stay with family, correct? And you and me personally have seen a lot of examples in our own network as well. So I said, and while working with these women, they're like, we still have 5, 6 hours in a day. We can't be 12 hours working, but we can do 5, 6. That's where the entire cohort based program started. One of the batches was only for females. And I think that is the most rocking batch of the entire year. They do $3,000, $4,000 a month, right? Working 4, 5 hours a day. And now they are hiring their own teams, paying them 30, 40,000 in salaries, right? So I think we have over 50, 60 plus influencers like that. And a lot of them that have just spoken to and given ideas I have never counted. How many of those are out there?
That's
So
that's
I think
that's pretty amazing. So how many
when,
cohorts have you done till now?
huh? So we have done 5 cohorts. This year we are planning to scale to bigger size of cohorts, plus be able to do more number of cohorts. Five cohorts
That's
are done,
nice.
and I think in these five cohorts, total revenue generated by these freelancers has crossed $1 million.
That's pretty amazing. This 5 cohort is in what, 3 years?
1 year.
Oh, only 2022.
2022 and 3, half of 2022 and 23. 23 was only one cohort happened in 23 because I was busy with personal life. But the cohort needs a
Yes,
lot of
of
time.
course, your wedding happened in 2023. And how did that change everything for you?
A lot of new work. Most probably, I started waking up early and start my day by 9 a.m. in the morning. So by 4 a.m., my laptop is done with the empty battery. I am done with the empty battery, and we sleep by 4.
That is nice. I think that's one positive change. But
That is a great positive change.
and your wife is a doctor, right? So how
She's a
has how has that industry impacted you? Have you learned anything from that industry? Have been exposed to that industry? Has it changed perspective for you?
So I think it's more like a mechanical industry for me because all the tools and spare parts they use are similar. The only thing is that in the mechanical industry we had bigger sizes, right? But I understood one thing in the dental industry. There's a lot that can be done from my perspective as an entrepreneur as a scalability thing. So I'm now going to like me and my wife are already thinking that she'll start a nice blog where the junior students and resident doctors can learn, and this can be entire community based blogs and building a community of her own. I think that's much better paying job than only having a clinic.
That's amazing. So you're making your wife also come into the entrepreneurship game.
I would say first of all, because see again their entire 3 years of MDS is all about reading a lot. And I said, when you read a lot, you can make some notes in a blog and share it with the world. Why not? Right. So
True.
again, not if the tag is an entrepreneur, but I would say more of a content creator and a teacher, right? That may help a lot of students in India, because we found a lot of portals wherein you have to pay like $500 a year membership to just read articles, right? And in the medical industry, articles has to be like proven, studied well, everything needs to be done good.
That is true. So again, I want to use it as a segue to come back to the content. In today's world, every other person is creating content.
Hmm.
Right? We all have seen the LinkedIn top voice fiasco, where every other person I know is a LinkedIn top. You know, people who have 15 top voices. The same happened to TEDx also, right? Wow.
Yeah,
There's some 200 TEDx speakers in my network. Every other person
correct.
is talking with Joe's talk. Every other person has a newsletter, blog. Everyone has that, right?
Yeah.
What is the differentiator now people have to bring in as into the content creator world as content creators with knowing that there is no more innovation in terms of platform left, right? There's a time when
So
you had innovation, scope for innovation,
mm,
but now every platform has been explored, every format has been explored, and everyone has created their own success stories.
yes.
Where does innovation lie today for a new content creator? Where do they enter?
So I think the only uniqueness now lies here in your own personality. Okay. That if you can bring your own personality to the content, and a certain set of people can resonate with that personality, that's the best thing. So just give you an example. There are two, three kind of people here. So not everybody is first of all a content creator, right? When you talk to me also, I am not a content creator. I just share my experiences, what I think, what I perceive of this world. Correct. Now, creation can be a lot of people I see, they read a lot of news articles about startups and all. They pick up one line each and then they prepare a LinkedIn post. Now, if that is coming into the content creation as a genre, I will say we are failing big time. Correct. Okay. This is not content creation. So for me, the main ideal of content creation is something like the Almanac of Naval Ravikant. That's content creation. That's what he writes from his perspective, from his experiences, from his knowledge. So anything that is coming from AI is nothing but a filter on internet. It gives you some output as per your prompt. Content creation. is dealing with interaction, right?
Agreed. AI based content is just copy
It
pasting
is
it. GPT is going to refurbish someone else's content and give you.
correct.
So, so
It
I
is
so I want from a perspective where tomorrow a 19-year-old. So I'll put it more in context, right? So I speak a lot about go-to-market strategy,
Hmm.
and I was discussing the same with you, right? In go-to-market strategy, we talk motions, founder-led growth or content-led growth, one of the cheapest and the earliest motions one can use, right? If you have no budget whatsoever and you have a social media and you have some content, that is a great way to get your first 100 customers. And that's
correct.
something we talk about a lot. But I want to drill down into this, right? In today's world, when everything is captured, every market is like Instagram is hitting saturation, podcast is there are a
Hmm.
lot of podcasts there, everything is there, right? And then you don't have initial distribution. How can a young 20-year-old founder build that as a content creator?
I think for young people, it is even more important to understand that it is more about depth than spreading it thin, right? Okay. So distribution can be done using a growth hacker, okay, who already has a lot of links, backlinks, SEO, everything, and you can do a lot of distribution of the content. But then if the people doesn't find that content original, they will lose interest in your distribution also, right? So for example, when everything in terms of podcasting is saturated, somebody called Nikhil Kamath comes and he says, okay, we'll do a 3-hour podcast, correct? And if you listen to that podcast, it is nothing but a lot of curiosity he is bringing into his own questions. And he is breaking down every technical term for a layman. Like I can actually understand his content, right? So 3 hours is okay for me. I'm actually making notes like a MBA student. I have a big journal for his podcast, especially whenever I listen. And the kind of speakers he's bringing are very well experienced again. He is not talking AI to a EV guy. He talks AI to a AI guy. So he understands किससे क्या बात करना है, right? But what is happening in today's industry, every content creator, oh, I know AI amazingly well. Oh, well, you won't even know how to use the AI right now. You're not even in the driver's seat. Okay? So just if you can write some prompts and you are able to generate some results from Mid Journey or a video tool, it is not AI you are using. It is AI using you. You are being
Makes
used by it,
sense.
right? So creativity has to be something unique, something original, first of all. I don't have it. I'm not a creative person at all. And I think that's where I left my mechanical engineering design job because all we were doing is copy pasting Japanese drawings to Indian 3D tools and producing material. Like this is not what was my interest. I wanted to understand from automobile concept, then design, then create the engineering, and then we do a prototype. That's design basically. So using tools is not design at all. Design can be done without tools also. So if your creativity, so for example, this girl Nana who is part of a community, she's a modern Rumi, we say always. So when she writes, you have read her content on LinkedIn also. Now ChatGPT has no wisdom to write that level of
Yeah,
content.
yeah, yeah. I think,
That's
I think,
it.
I think, I think, honestly saying ChatGPT is a great research tool.
Yeah, it
Again,
is
when
a-
I write on LinkedIn, I use it for like research, where I don't have to
yes.
read and pick up exact phrases and everything. It gives great research. I can
Correct. It's
discuss about
so
idea with it,
yeah.
but end of the day, you have to write what you have to write.
Again, that's what I'm saying now. That separates that top 1% content creators, and that is where only those content creators will be able to monetize. Similar is in the community space. I can create a community by running ads and telling people it's a fastest growing community. Today, every community is a fastest growing community by any chance. I don't know why. Right? Every community is now it is the world's biggest community somehow. I don't know why. Right? Okay. But how many people really stick with you as a person, as a community builder? Right? We are not having the biggest community. We are only 5,000 people. Right? Okay. But these 5,000 people can vouch for us that we stay there for them. We find solutions for them. So I think originality and fake will always be filtered over a period of time. Right? People again, survival of the fittest. Right? I
That's true.
can
That's
show
true.
I can show strength having a weapon in my hand, but that's as long as I have the weapon.
Makes sense. So I'll again segue into the community space. Right? Everyone wants to build a community today. Everyone is like, oh, I will use community to get my audience. For an early stage founder, do you think community is a feasible way to grow business?
I think for an early stage founder, community is a very nice way to build his product better. First of all, take feedback, talk to people, find their problems, dig deeper into them, talk to them one on one. I think a lot of times we say product research is all about talking to 30, 40 people, but I say 500 people is minimum you should do. Talk to at least 100 of your equivalent target audience. Show them a MVP, research, talk to them very well. But what people want to do today is they want to go to every community group and put a survey form. They're lazy actually. Right?
That's true.
Correct or not?
I don't
Okay.
think I've ever filled a survey form in my life.
Right. Okay. So survey forms, anyway, see, your survey forms are a piece of crap actually. Right. Because if I want to say something really nice or give a really nice feedback, how do I give that on a survey form? You don't even leave a space for, okay, add additional remarks or suggestions, right? So I think talking to people one to one has always been a great thing. I think if I have 5,000 people in my community, and I think in past 2 years we have restructured the entire community multiple times, we have seen that restructuring happening. Now that restructuring happened because we spoke to people one on one. Today we have like in 2 or 3 months, one person leaves our community.
That's pretty good number.
Right. Okay. And that one person, if he leaves, I get a heart attack almost, and I immediately go and talk to the person. Okay, what happened? Let me know. Why do you need to leave? Right. Now, if the person says, okay, this is not relevant for me, I'm okay. But if you say something bad happened in the community or something I'm not liking, we immediately work on that till date. We speak to people one to one. And
And
you know,
there's a community which is not monetized.
which is not monetized. We don't monetize this community, but yes, passively it is being monetized because we get a lot of reference for our work, for brand collaborations, community collaborations, clients,
Okay.
everything we got from the community. So as an agency owner, I would say Success Brew as a marketing agency has been a community led growth example, right?
Right.
Because we have never sent a cold email or a cold outreach message to anyone to get clients.
That's pretty good. I will circle back to this. I also want to understand it, right. There are a lot of, again, community managers today. Right? A lot of them are creators who turn into managers. A lot of them were WhatsApp group admins who call themselves managers. Yeah, the entire spectrum, right? Uh, as per you, what are a few key skills or a few key things a community manager must have as a part of who they are?
First of all, you should not be a community manager at all. Right? Okay. Because you can't manage a community, right? It is like time management. Time
Well
is
managed.
equally 24 hours with everyone. You can't manage time, you can manage your focus. Right?
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Now, within communities, whenever I speak to someone, they will ask me, okay, what is the engagement rate of your community? Right? Okay. So now that has become a matrix. But think of it, if there are 500 people in a community and everybody is talking about Harry Potter in a business community and they are bullshitting around things, you get 700 messages in a day. Do you think it's a right set of engagement?
Not a lot.
Not at all, right? Okay. So what happens in my community, we don't promote. There is no external event promotion that can happen. No personal promotion that can happen. Now you will think what will happen in this community? अगर कुछ भी promotion नहीं हो रहा, right? I'll tell you. A person comes at 1:30 a.m. in night, says we are building a tech product and we are stuck with a bug. Somebody can help, right? A director of a big unicorn edtech company comes and said, okay, I can right now come over a call and help you. 1:30 a.m. in the morning. 2:30 a.m. the founder responds, okay, our bug is closed. We are done. The tool is ready to launch. Now, ऐसा कब होता है? ऐसा ऑलमोस्ट हर रोज होता है. कोई ना कोई प्रॉब्लम लेके आता है. किसी को टैलेंट चाहिए, किसी को कोई कहीं फंसा हुआ है, किसी को रिसोर्स चाहिए. And mostly every resource or solution is being provided within 10 to 15 minutes. But पूरे दिन में ना शायद 15 मैसेज एक्सचेंज होते हैं. So I don't want higher engagement. I need more solutions in the community. Recently, somebody launched a urban Udupi food cart or a cloud kitchen in Gurgaon, and then they came to us in the community and say, "Okay, we found a co-founder within the community," and actually sort of connected us to that. Right? I think
That's nice. That testimony feels nice, right?
the testimony is nice, really nice, right? Okay, and there's a lot of business that happens within the community we never calculate, because when a service provider is reaching out to a founder with a solution, they get paid for it, right? So now there are a lot of communities who enter into that space. Okay, any transaction happening in the community, we will get a commission out of it. I said, sorry, you do whatever you do as a transaction, because I don't want to be responsible for everything happening in the community. Correct. So I think we should think from heart that, do you think I have a human feeling to build a community on a common problem? Now, what is happening? There's a startup founder who has created a product, who has a target audience, and they say, okay, we hire a community manager, create a WhatsApp group or a Facebook group, and we just want, see, at the end they want to sell a product. They don't really want to build a community. Every single day their only intention is somehow the community members should even buy my product, come to my website, increase my SEO. They are not ready to give any free solutions. So I think even if you want to build a community like Fitter. They started with a community, then created a product and a tech later to manage the community. So community management can be done by tech itself. वो सब automate हो सकता है. But if you don't have a heart to really give it to the people, then should not enter into community space.
So empathy, heart is more important than anything else.
Anything else. And yes, can you be awake 24/7 for your community?
Ah, that's
Like
exactly.
if you go to the biggest temple on the planet, and if God is sitting in front of you, will you first ask for your community or yourself? If you're going to first ask for yourself, then you're not a community guy.
Makes sense. So putting the community first is very important.
It's a social
That's
work.
nice. That's
You
nice.
can monetize it, but it's a social work. Pure social work at a very different level now.
Okay. And now you also have people like Sharan who has made Financial Sharan as a community and monetizing it.
Hmm.
Clever Society has done a damn good job of monetizing an tech community, right? So again, do you think that is gonna happen more in today's world where people are gonna monetize and build paid communities and is that a solid business model today?
I think from a content perspective, next level, how do you monetize your content? There's a premium content. It is like having a SaaS tool. You can have all the people using a freemium, but at the end you want them to buy if they like. So similarly for all the content creators who want to build a monetized community. So after content comes a course, a premium content, right? Now, like Financial Sharan or Growth School, their community members are only the people who have paid for the courses, right? And that is also a right way, because once they have paid for the courses, they have a lot of questions. And in the high volumes, only one trainer or a founder cannot answer all the questions. So basically, community members support each other. That culture has to be created, right? Okay, I think that has been done very well in a lot of communities, right? Especially Head Start. I think it's a self-driven community, all volunteers, 100 plus volunteers community, and then all the startup founders, and everybody is ready to support and help each other at every moment. Correct. So I think that is a user-supported community, and a lot of user-generated content also comes from there. Like last time after HSX, there were almost 1,000 LinkedIn posts that happened. Right. I think that's the real thing of having a community in place.
Makes sense. Have you never thought of building a premium community, or is that something in your
So I
pipeline?
think when we talk about these courses part, it is a premium community only. It is not at that large scale right now, but it is.
Look, and do you want to build it to scale? Is that something you want to do?
Yes, it is. So now we are planning where we can have some of the courses, like low ticket courses, recorded where they may not need you. We can just use it. Correct. And we can add some Q&A sessions. So building an entire thing around it, because I think that's more scalable. And at the end, with whatever impact I could create, I want to reach out to more people.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So I want to go into a section where I want to ask a lot of quick answer questions.
Hmm.
Where I want to get your opinions on a few things. So these
Okay.
are going to be like more shorter answers.
Perfect.
What is the first thing I want to ask you is three strategies which a lot of people say you should do, but are completely useless.
A lot of people say that you should do, and they're
Like
completely.
there's a lot of people that give advice that this is a must do strategy, but you personally find it completely useless. You will spend money on it.
Okay, building a personal brand when you are not involved in it yourself, right? Okay, outsourcing personal branding is a bullshit thing. Uh, doing building a tech initially, right? Okay, I want to build a scalable business, so I'll first build the tech, then I bring the customers. First, you do it manually, you test everything, you research, then you build the tech. The later thing. Tech is just a support system, not the entire product. And the third is when people say, okay, go heavy on PR and, get all the awards, 30 under 30, 40 under 40. That's the most bullshit strategy to build it. It's a waste of money.
Fair enough. Do you
Better.
think Shark Tank also is on the same list of a bullshit thing happening or something
I
not
think anybody
that
can
powerful?
manage. See, for a lot of people who show up on Shark Tank and they get a lot of orders, the website crashes. If you are sitting at that space where your website can crash by 4, 5, 10 lakh people coming on it, then you should not be there. So at least build your operational strength before you hit a national media.
Makes sense.
But
Makes
I
sense.
think from a PR advertising perspective, you have a great D2C product. Shark Tank is an amazing space. But from a funding perspective, I don't like it.
Okay. Self-funded or investor-backed startup? What do you prefer?
Anything, but you should have a vision to make it profitable.
So no constant cash burning.
हाँ, it should not be like कि बस मुझे फंडिंग उठा के वैल्यूएशन बढ़ाना है. It should not be like that. तो आप एट द एंड आप बर्न करके कभी ना कभी या तो उसे बेच दोगे 2-3 साल में और अपना पैसा कमा लोगे. एट द एंड एज अ फाउंडर ओनली यू विल मेक मनी. योर टीम विल नॉट मेक मनी, योर पीपल विल नॉट मेक मनी. जिनको आपने ये सॉप्स दिया है वो उनको पैसे नहीं कमाएंगे, राइट? वहां नहीं बनेगा और आप कोई लेगेसी बिजनेस नहीं बना पाओगे.
So you prefer legacy businesses over short-lived startups?
Yeah, any
Your three favorite podcasts?
what the WTF by Nikhil Kamath, Mind Valley, and Impact.
Nice. People you follow on LinkedIn and you love whose content, like 5 people's content you love.
If I have to talk today, practically I don't like anybody's content on LinkedIn. I'm very less on reading content on LinkedIn. But when I started, I think there was a girl, share a bottom from US, who was a LinkedIn coach and made $1 million teaching people how to do video marketing on LinkedIn. Right. Okay. And I've loved the journey of the girl. Now today she's again building something spiritual at the age of 28, sharing a lot of mistakes she has done in life, and she's very vulnerable on that side. So I still love that part. Apart from that, yes, Arjun Vaidya is one person who writes great content. And yes, Sarthak Ahuja. So he's on Instagram also and LinkedIn both. So I think great business content if I have to.
Okay. Top 3 holiday destinations for you. Where would you travel this
Mountains.
year?
Himalayas.
Here's about
Always mountains.
Okay. So I want to come to a section where I want to talk about personal hobbies. So are you an avid reader? Have you started reading?
I started reading when I was 23. I'm not an avid reader. I read as much as I want to learn. Right. So I think those challenges that came into world, reading 52 books a year was again a complete question. Because they say it, every CEO reads 52 books. Baba, he can consume, he can execute also, because it's a practice of long 20, 30 years. Right. But I think books is again kind of a recipe. You read a chapter, you try to implement it. So I have followed this person, Bob Proctor, a lot in my life, I think. And he said, I have been reading Think and Grow Rich, only one book for 53 years. And he, at the age of 85, when he died, he said, I am still not able to implement it completely.
Very true. I can relate to that.
Right. So
I read 40-45 books a year, and I know that it's if you want to read 52 books a year, if you say only self-help, that's not possible.
Yeah.
Unless you're reading fiction, you can't read 50 books a year.
Yeah, you cannot. And even if you're reading, see, you are cluttering your brain with a lot of information that you don't need right now. It should
Yeah.
be need to know basis, right? And
True, true,
today
true.
we have more options to learn. Like I said, if I have to learn about more business, I may go to some reels of Sarthak Ahuja, right? It gives me smaller insights that I can practically use. I pick up books like Ankur Warikoo. Why I like his books is because it's like one chapter at a time you can read, and like you can open it from anywhere and read sometimes. And they're
Do
small.
you read fiction? Do you read fiction at all?
I read fiction. I started with fiction, Chetan Bhagat books and all, Priya Kumar books. A lot of understanding from there also. I love fiction. But right now, kind of disconnected with fiction and want to learn more of tech and understanding of business skill.
You don't have that mindset for fiction, right?
I read. I read wherever I like to read. When I'm on planes, mostly I read books.
I always travel plane people puts a picture of a book reading on a plane.
Yeah. I can read on plane very well. Like 2-3 hours, I can finish a book.
What are your other hobbies?
Painting,
Oh, you
driving.
paint.
I paint.
Driving is not a hobby. Driving is a pastime, not a hobby. Unless you're like a speed racer.
No. I have been a speed racer also. And
Oh,
I drive on mountains basically. So whenever I think I have time, I go drive 1 hour, 2 hour, I come back. Just after
okay.
having a chai somewhere.
Chai or coffee?
Chai always, coffee sometimes.
What is coffee sometimes, chai always? What is
But no matter how much coffee you can feed me in a day, at the end I will need chai.
that's nice. And what's happening next? What are your next 6 months gonna look like?
Next 6 months, I'm more overthinking of creating this premium community with freelancers only, more scalable, and working with clients that I love already. I know them, they're my friends. Basically, the founders are my friends. So I've come up to a very peaceful zone where I don't want to get into Monday review meetings.
I can relate to that. Monday reviews are not the
So I only want to work with the people that resonate with me, wherein I can just work maybe 2 days a month and stay at their place and finish the work like completely. Stay more in consulting. And yes, I want to help another 100 women this year to cross 2 lakhs a month.
That's nice. I think that's a nice. You want to do that by what? Creating a series of courses.
It is moreover creating a series of courses, but as I will share with you again, that successful as a agency model, right? If you see any agency in India that is working good and making a lot of money, the model is very simple. Either there's a one person or there are two co-founders, right? Okay. And then they have junior people in the team, right?
Yeah.
Now what happens with these junior people? They are getting paid anywhere between 15,000 to max 35,000. Now think of it, a content writer who's actually managing a LinkedIn profile for 15,000 a month, the client is actually paying the agency around $2,000 for that, right? 10 times the amount, correct? What we do is we have expert content writers, freelancers. We share 60% of our revenue with them, not the profits, revenues. So I think in the past year, we distributed around 25-30 lakh rupees to the freelancers that work with us. So I think when I am saying that 100 women working with us making 1 or 2 lakhs a month, that I'm talking about rooting through success, bro. That kind of a business we built. Correct.
Makes sense. So
As
it's
well,
not an agency where you employ them. It's basically a partnership model where they become your partner.
it's amazing partnership model. The best part is that we get a lot of great experts rather than just people who will use ChatGPT to write content.
Makes sense.
Right. And I think clients are very happy when they see our team portfolio now. They see only experts, right? So they have a very good belief in us कि okay यहाँ पे ना काम खराब नहीं होगा बच्चे नहीं.
Makes sense. And you get to manage and work with amazing people also.
Yes. I get to learn from experts every single day when they bring in new ideas.
True. That is true. Awesome, man. It's been great having you here.
Great.
And I
Always
think
good to chat. I think just 38 minutes is too less for us. It's just a warm up.
yeah. I just want to keep a very casual chat. I didn't want to go too deep. I don't want to be another Nikhil Kamath, but hopefully.
Yeah, we will do one day that one also. That's a crazy thing
Yeah.
we can do and break it every step down of the community segment and the content creation segment as well.
Done. We should do that some. Super cool.
Okay, done. So shall we close the
Take care, man.
Okay,
I'm just closing the recording.
As we draw the curtains on today's journey through the hustle and courage, I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to each one of you tuning in. You've been listening to Unscripted Tales Beyond the Hustle, where every story is a step towards understanding the heartbeats behind the hustle. I am Vasishta, and it's been an absolute pleasure to share this time with you. Remember, every dreamer's journey is laced with lessons and laughter. Seek them out, cherish them, and dare to write your own unscripted tale. Until we meet again, keep the spirit of curiosity alive and goodbye.